Hello, this is Bill Huffine, owner and station manager at Brightside Radio. There's a lot to unpack and process from the events that took place in Washington, D.C. on January the 6th, 2021. A whole lot of evil, a little bit of good, and your own political biases will determine which events you categorize as which. On the day after, here's my unpacking and processing of the events that took place. I'll preface by saying there are probably a lot of us who felt and expressed things in the heat of the unfolding events in a way that we might not feel and express today, now that we can see the full day's events in retrospect and have had some time to think about what we feel and think. My life here is a vapor. Here one moment, gone the next. 70 or 80 years passes quickly, and I get to choose if I'm going to spend it filled with hate and anger, or filled with love and kindness, and my own pursuit of happiness for myself and those that I love. The things we fight about as a society and divide ourselves over have a lot less importance than we give them. The most important things in life are faith and hope and love, with love being the greatest of these three. Freedom is worth fighting for, and defeating tyranny and oppression is a worthy and necessary fight. We are both arrogant and ignorant if we think that our own society cannot devolve into tyranny and oppression with powerful people controlling, using, and manipulating those who are without power. Nations rise. Nations fall. They always have and they always will. However, in that fight, there is a time for everything. A time to plant and a time to uproot, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. And wisdom is found in understanding when it is time for which. The government, both sides, cares absolutely nothing about me, my life, and my well-being. With very few exceptions, we are no longer a self-governing people. The 537 or so people in Congress, the White House, and Observatory Circle rule over the other 328 million of us and do so for their own personal gain, and everything they say and do is designed to protect their power and their wealth. Everything they say and do under the guise of doing it for the people is merely a manipulation, the moving of a chess piece to win the game. With very few exceptions, the national media, which now includes entities such as Facebook and Twitter, no longer exists to inform us with facts, hold the government in check, and defend our personal liberty. They are the propaganda machines for their preferred party, and they use half-truths, information manipulation, contextual extraction, and outright lies to advance their profit motives and the agenda of their chosen party. The Fourth Estate has prostituted itself, is now illegitimate, and it's time for the rise of the Fifth Estate, independent local and national media who can't be bought and is committed to truth and our founding ideals of freedom. There has never before been a more important time for the rise of a third party. The duopoly must be broken, shattered. A new movement must begin today that is truly of the people for the people, that will serve sacrificially and courageously for a wage equal to that of the average American and with term limits to restore the people to power. The time for politics as a career must come to an end if we are to ever restore this nation to self-governance. The revolution that we should all be looking and working and fighting for is the peaceful yet loud, courageous, and disruptive, rapid and overwhelming rise of the Fifth Estate and the Third Party that I just spoke about. In the context of all of this, my pursuit of happiness should be spent loving, caring, and providing for those important to me. Loving and serving my friends, neighbors, and community. Doing good work with integrity. Finding beauty around me every day. And falling asleep content that I lived the day well for myself and for others. Vive la liberté. Shalom. Namaste. Amen.
Call